Well, in a turn of events, the treehouse weld has cracked. It's cracked all the way around and in through here. I started smelling something. I was like, the plastic cap on it melted because it got so hot. I have to take the treehouse off tomorrow anyway, so I'll deal with that. It's 7:30 on November 16th. And I just gotta change clothes. They said they're supposed to be ready by 8. And I gotta get stuff cleaned out of the back here and put up in the front or outside or somewhere. I'm gonna have to take the top off. But here's the crack on either side. There are cracks in there. So I'm pulling everything. So I've got to take the 2 bolts out here to get this out. Are you going to use a forklift or okay? So do I need to get everything out?
As long as that wood's out, this would have to come out. The other stuff can stay in, I think.
Everything else is, I mean, it's all built to be modular to where I just unstrap it and pull it out.
That's fine.
So I just took the bus bar out. It was right down there, and that's what the 2 bolts were at. And I ran my inverter, which it has fuses inside the inverter, straight to the battery on the ground side, and this is what was getting super hot right here, which is what was melting the bus bar. So this takes out extra cable and puts it directly to the battery. And then the other battery is going to the fuse. I don't know if you can see that or not. And then that's where the other part of the inverter is going to. It's a 300 amp fuse. So that solved the problem. This is not even getting hot. On that bus bar instantly was just heating up, and this is cool to the touch. The whole system's now cool. So that bus bar was just a bad bus bar. Again, that's what I get for buying an Amazon special. So the treehouse is back on. I've got everything, for the most part, put back in place. There's a few things I've got to fix up, and I've got to hang the lines, electrical lines going to the treehouse, and a couple other things. But I got the electrical system worked out. I got the treehouse fixed. Now I just have to figure out where I'm going, and I'm not really for sure where that is at this point, but I will figure it out here shortly. So the Blue Ridge Overland Gear Flea Market's been canceled until spring 2021. So because of that, I'm just going to go to Asheville and see my kids, probably just for a day. There's been a huge spike in C19. Then I'm probably going to go south and work my way across I-10 back towards California. I just got through visiting my kids in Asheville, North Carolina, and I think I'm gonna head down to Mobile, Alabama, and start working my way across I-10 through Baton Rouge, Houston, and then up, and then across through Tucson, and then up to, actually Fort Irwin is right there, up to Fort Irwin. It is 1912, and I'm probably just going to head out, drive for a couple hours south, and hit a truck stop. And from there, I'm going to start looking at anywhere to kind of check out along the way. But this is, again, not going to be an overlanding-esque trip. It's kind of taking the long way back home, but it's going through a part of the country I've never been. I've never been to the Gulf, and that's kind of why I want to go down this direction. Just entered Georgia. I wasn't able to get the sign fast enough and it snuck up on me. We're going to be Pilot Travel Center. It's been even right there. I prefer Pilot over Love's just because usually their fuel prices are cheaper, and I don't know, there's just something about a Pilot I like over the Love's. Good morning. It's 7:59 on November 19th, and I'm at a Pilot in just south of the Georgia-South Carolina state line. The goal today is to make it down to Mobile and check out the Gulf. This morning I think we're going to do some croissants and some coffee. I woke up this morning with a crick in my neck because I slept wrong. I slept good, but I've had a really bad muscle spasm in my neck before, to the point to where I couldn't even hardly, it just brought me to my knees. And ever since then, every time I get a little crick, I'm always fearful that's going to happen again. I'm making the Black Rifle Coffee Freedom Fuel. Let's see how that looks. That's pretty good. I need to do some video editing today as well, but I haven't decided whether I'm going to. All right, we're at 205 degrees. Get this saturated and let it bloom. You can see the bubbles or not. That's the blooming. It's the coffee beans off-gassing. They say you should saturate the beans and let it set for 30 seconds to allow it to bloom before continuing the pour over process. All right, see. That's pretty good. All right, let's get some croissants going. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to boil some more water and do dishes real quick. I was thinking about this Dr. Bronner soap is you can use it on everything. Although I don't know if I really want my utensils smelling like hemp lavender, but you can technically use it on everything. All right, so there are dishes done. Now we can start on the croissants. take these, put them in there, close the lid. And let's see how they turned out. Pretty sure that they look done. They definitely do. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's done. A little warm, but it definitely good done. So even though I had the ability to take a shower, this morning I'm just going to heat up some water and just wash my face in hot spots without setting up the whole shower. Mainly because the parking lot I'm in, water, when I take a shower, it just drains right out of my bed and my truck out the back. And I don't want it to bring or raise suspicion to where I'm at. Someone saying, hey, what's coming out of the back of your truck? So I'm just going to fill this with a little bit of water, boil a little bit of water, put it in here, rinse my face off, hit the hot spots, and that'll be good enough. As well as taking a shower. I wanted to kind of just dump it all over me anyway. That's fine. I mean, it'll drain right out. I didn't lower my rear end though with my airbag, so it's kind of sitting in here, but when I get in, I'll lower, and then when I take off, it'll start draining out. All this long hours of driving and eating a bunch of carbs is I probably gained 5 pounds in the last week. I've just kind of been go, 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 go. So today kind of starts to point to where I can slow it down just a hair. I still have time hacks I want to meet to be in certain locations at certain times, but they're not as pressing as they were last week. One trick for over/urban landing is if there are no places to really stay, no state parks that are affordable. There's a state park in the area, more closer to Mobile. They want $55 a night. So, I mean, and that's
turn left to I-85 South, Atlanta.
That's for a primitive site, and that's just ridiculous. It's a supply and demand thing, and they're almost completely full. Look around the whole area. There's really not a whole lot. The hurricanes just came through there, and so a lot of the areas are still damaged, and that provides a problem as well for availability on spaces. But the travel centers, whether it be a Flying J, a Pilot, a Love's, a TA, you can stay overnight in the parking lots.
Continue straight for 1 hour and 16 minutes to exit 242, I-85 South, Airport Domestic, Montgomery.
Okay. And I mean, there's no issue. know, there's been times where I've seen the same vehicles there. It's like I've came through the same area in close proximity, and so I mean there are people that probably do kind of bounce from place to place living there, but it's busy. There's a lot of traffic, so that adds an element of security. Some of them can be shady, but for the most part, they're all pretty safe, and they're designed to, you know, augment travelers coming through. You have all the amenities you need. If you want to take a shower, they always have showers. They have bathrooms. They have pretty much everything you could possibly need. So they're definitely somewhere to consider if you're looking for just to pass through.